Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the brand new releases in August. This is a video that I do every month and I really enjoy doing it. I hate editing it, but I love doing it. So we're going to do it again, and this is for August 2025 releases. There are like a strange number of things actually coming out in August. I kind of thought we were going to start slowing down towards the end of the summer. There are a couple of things that I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get this. So yeah, I have quite a few for you, and I'm gonna be leaned back so I can pop them up right here. Hopefully give enough screen that we can see them actually a lot, but this is gonna be a really chill video otherwise. If you haven't seen one of these, I generally do fantasy, thriller, mystery, horror, and some romance. I feel like I've been adding a little bit more romance as we've been going on. But yeah, those are generally the things that I do if you're looking for nonfiction or historical fiction, or what am I missing? I think that's about it. They won't be in here. So if you do want to see new releases for those, I would definitely check elsewhere and let me know so I can tell people where they can find that information. Anyway, we're gonna go right into this, and we're gonna start on August 5th. We have the Dead Husband's Cookbook. And I hate this cover. Like, I really hate this cover. It creeps me out. And it says, Maria Capello is a celebrity chef like no other, a household name and inspiration, an icon. Her dozens of cookbooks are weekly television show. Her dozens of cookbooks and a weekly television show broadcast from her beautiful Italian-style kitchen, not to mention her line of best-selling supermarket sauces. And of course, there's her history. Once just the timid wife of a famous chef, stepped into the spotlight after his disappearance 20 years before. Now it looks like she is willing to break her silence on what happened. This looks fun. I don't know if I will buy a copy because, like I said, really not a fan of the cover. I get what it's going for though, so I appreciate it, but I don't know if I want to stare at it while I'm reading it. Next, we have The Locked Word by Sarah Pekkanen. I do have an ALC of this, so I'm pretty excited to read it. I think I do pretty well with Sarah Pekkanen books, right? I'm not going to go into it. She has like a ton of books. I'm pretty sure I've read a couple and I've enjoyed them. So this seems like it's just going to be like a fun mystery thriller, not take too seriously type of thing. Was it bitter, all-consuming jealousy, pathological sibling rivalry, pure insanity? So this one could fall into one of those situations of using mental health, but it can be done in a way that's good, but it also can be done in a way that is really terrible. So Amy did send me some, and this was one that Amy sent me. She is a big horror buff. She knows a lot more about horror than I do, and so she's been sending me some books that are on her radar because sometimes it's a little bit hard to find horror books. So she has been sending me some, and it is called The Hounding. I love this cover. I told her, I was like, I will add this to my list. You read it first and you tell me what happens, because I'm kind of scared of this one because it seems really weird. And it says, The Crucible meets the Virgin Suicides. This is a haunting debut about 5 sisters in a small village in 18th century England whose neighbors are convinced they're turning into dogs. Yeah, that you read that right. You read that right. So I want to read this and I love this cover. I am nervous because anytime animals, especially dogs, are like a featured thing in a horror book, I'm always going to be a little bit nervous. So Amy's going to pre-read it for me and then I will read it. Next one up, I feel like this is a big release. I feel like I see it everywhere. It is constantly being like on NetGalley. They're like pushing this one, I feel like, really hard. Well, Actually by Maisie Eddings. And let's see, yeah, because I looked into getting this one, but I wasn't sure because I did not like this. Eva Kitt never expected to be the host of Sausage Talk, interviewing B-list celebrities over lukewarm hot dogs instead of pursuing the journalism career she dreamed of. But when Eva's impromptu public call-out of her college ex goes viral, she's thrust into the spotlight. It doesn't help said ex is Riley Cooper, a beloved social media personality that has built a platform on deconstructing toxic masculinity and teaching men how to be good partners. So I just don't know, like, I like celebrity stuff normally, but I'm not like the biggest fan of influencer, like when influencer stuff is like at the core of the book. So like if influencing stuff is at the core of the book, I generally want it to be a horror or a mystery thriller, and this is a romance, so I'm unsure about this one. I'm definitely gonna wait for some reviews. Then we have the new Olivia Dade Zom rom-com, which you guys know I'm not a fan of those things. I have a list of fears. It is spiders, the dark, and zombies. Okay, those are my list of fears. Do they make any sense? No, but that's what they are. Like, I feel like it's one of those situations of one thing is not like the other, you know, the not real thing, but my brain thinks that they're real, so I'm very scared of them. So I'm nervous about this one, but I also think it sounds like really cute because I did like Zombieland. I actually love that movie. So I don't know, but it says teaming up with your neighbor during a zombie outbreak is a no-brainer. But if it turns out he's a vampire, the stakes couldn't be higher in this infectious new paranormal romance. I think that sounds so fun. Like, it sounds so fun. But we'll see. And I have liked Olivia Dade before. I've been hit or miss with Olivia Dade. I feel like I've really, really liked some, and I've DNF'd some others. It just kind of depends what the book is about. So I'm excited about this one. And then we have one of my most anticipated books of the whole year. I really gotta have a win, guys, because Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil was so bad, and it felt like I lost a part of myself while reading that book because of how excited I was about it. And the fact that I really didn't like it. Like, it wasn't just like it's fine, whatever. No, I did not like that book. I need this one to be good. There's a higher chance of it being good because it is the third in the series. But the odds of it being bad are like very low. So we have our fingers crossed on this one. Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. Once upon a time, I guess I can't really tell you much about this, but if you love a super fun, silly, goofy time and you haven't read, is it Assistant to the Villain? I have them literally right here. And I have both sprayed edges, which I'm really glad. I don't remember what they're called. They're sitting in the corner. But if you haven't read the first one of this, they're so good. They're so good. They're so funny. If you just want a fun, like, slow burn romance, because it's definitely slow burn, and you want like the villain who kind of is a villain, like he is kind of doing some things that are questionable, but at the same time he still seems like a really good person. It's so good. It's so good. I would highly recommend this. Moving on to August 12th. I literally just found this like last night or this morning and sent it to Amy. This sounds so good. I just randomly scrolled and found it. And 13 Months Haunted, and I believe this is the same author as Dead 11, which I literally just bought. Yeah, I just bought it. So I wonder if somebody is, if AI is tracking what I'm buying. Because I literally, it's right here. I just bought Dead 11. Just bought this yesterday, and this is popping up. So that seemed really suspicious. And yeah, it says Dead 11 author Jimmy Giuliano. A twisty, edge-of-your-seat novel about a unique haunting in the early 2000s. And I love the idea of, like, I just love different eras with hauntings. I just love that, because I think this one is like the 90s, and it's a VHS tape. So this is a CD case. I'm so excited about that. I don't want to know too much about it. I just want to feel the nostalgia. That's what I want from these books. And then another super, super exciting release. I was really sad I did not get an e-arc of this one, but Love at First Sighting is coming out on August 12th. This was the same author as, I was hoping it would be right there. Oh, what was it called? I loved it so much. Love and Other Conspiracies. Yeah, Love and Other Conspiracies was so good. I think I give it like a 4.5 because the romance was a little iffy towards the end. Like, I didn't know exactly how I felt about it, but I loved it. It was following a paranormal investigator guy who believes in all this stuff, and he teams up with a producer to make a show, and it was just really, really cute. And so this is like, it's not in the same series, but it's kind of like, it's along the same lines, because I think this one is purely mostly about aliens. A Chance at Love might not be out of this world in the next romantic comedy. We're going to be following a Los Angeles social media influencer, Elle Martin, and she sees some footage of an unidentified flying thing, much less from the charming man in black who keeps following her around. Agent Carter Brody. Oh, I'm so excited. So if you guys don't know the story, like, I'm sure most of you know what the Man in Black is, if you're not on that side of the internet and don't know anything about it. The Men in Black, basically it's like the TV shows, these guys who are supposedly walking around keeping this stuff hidden and following private citizens if they are directly related to these incidents that are happening. So I love that. Our other main character is going to be one of those guys. That's so fun. The next one is one that I have literally no idea what this is. Like, I don't remember adding it. I don't remember the cover. I don't remember the name. The Witch's Orchard, also coming out August 12th. A 9th generation, I'm not saying that word, Appalachian. Yes, Appalachian. My husband is from the area. And apparently, I didn't know, but apparently people from the area are really picky about how you say that word. So he picks at me if I say it wrong. And I used to say it right, and then it got in my head that I was saying it wrong, so I don't know how to say it. Archer Sullivan brings the mountains of North Carolina to life in The Witch's Orchard, a wonderfully atmospheric novel that introduces private investigator. Oh, that's probably why. Anything detective fiction is generally what I enjoy reading. All right, next up is August 19th, which is a very big date. I am so excited about this. Your favorite scary movie, How the Scream Films Rewrote the Rules of Horror. The Scream films, the Scream franchise is my favorite set of movies ever. Like, I love them. I like every single one of them. Yes, even 2 and 3. Yes, I still like them. Do I think they're a work of art? No, but I still love them. And I'll rank them for you right now because I don't have a horror channel. I would say Scream 1 is definitely my favorite. Then I love Scream 4. I do. I really like Scream 4. And then I would say Scream 6, 5, 3, and then 2. 2 is the only one that I actively, like, will, if I'm doing a rewatch of all of them, I'll skip that one sometimes if I'm not in the mood because I just really did not like Scream 2. But I still like all of them. Anyway, this is, yeah, the ultimate story of the Scream movie franchise, featuring interviews from more than 80 key players and an in-depth exploration of the creation and legacy of the films that revived a dying genre. Me and Amy were just talking about this book. It sounds so interesting. I'm so excited to read this. It definitely will be a buy when it comes out. Then we have S.A. McLean's brand new book, Voidwalker. This is going to be in a book box, so I will be getting it. But I do have an e-arc of it that I've been slowly making my way through. It is very long. It's almost 600 pages. So it's been taking me a really long time. The writing is really good already, but it's following our main character, Fiona. It's following our main character, Fiona Mara, and she literally can cross through these, like, voids. So how the world works is there's, like, it's almost like multiple worlds stacked on each other, etc. So there's, like, points where you can get from each world to each world, but she's special. She can create her own doorways. And so she gets hired as, like, a smuggler a lot of times, and then she runs into this group of creatures, and they kind of run the world, but they didn't used to, but they do now, but they, like, eat people. So it's a romance, it's a dark romance between them, and I was very skeptical at first, but it is just as well written as The Phoenix Keeper. I would actually say better written than The Phoenix Keeper. I think I'm like 30% in and there's still no smut or anything like that. So it's legitimately building up the plot, which I really appreciate. So I'm excited to get a copy of this. Next, we have the next Isabel Cañas, The Possession of Alba Diaz. I am thinking that this is going to be more similar to The Hacienda, because you guys remember we had her book as our book club last year. So The Hacienda I gave like a 4.5. Vampires of El Norte I DNF'd. You guys remember I DNF'd it, and it was our book club last October, I think, or 2 Octobers ago. Last October was The Gathering. I loved The Gathering. So that was really depressing. So I'm really hoping that The Possession of Alba Diaz is more like The Hacienda. And it does seem that way. A demonic presence awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine. The young woman it seizes must turn to the one she shouldn't trust, from bestselling author Isabel Cañas. That sounds much more similar to the vibes of the first book that I absolutely loved. So I am once again excited. Nervous, but excited. I don't know, again, I don't, when did I add these? Like, I don't remember adding these. One Dark Night. When a body is found the day after Halloween, a small British community must reckon with its past and the dangers lurking in its present in this spine-tingling novel from not to be missed author Hannah Rochelle. I have no clue what this is, but I probably saw Halloween and just auto-edited it. I like this cover. I don't recognize this. I might try it though. It sounds good. Hemlock and Silver. This is also coming in a book box. I actually skipped it because I am not really a fan of T. Kingfisher's fantasy books. And I think it's just because they're fairy tale retellings, and I don't love fairy tale retellings. So I already skipped it, and I don't plan to get it. This, again, is a situation of I probably will check it out from the library to see, because I'm a huge T. Kingfisher horror fan, just not their fantasy stuff. But I think this one is a retelling of dark reimagining of Snow White steeped in poison, intrigue, and treason of the most magical kind. Once in Future Me, I adore this cover. Dark Matter meets Girl Interrupted in this spellbinding psychological thriller about a young woman teetering on the edge of reality. And it's going to take place in 1954, which I think is so much fun. And she's going to be going to a psychiatric hospital. So I am curious where this is going to go. And next we have our very last grouping, and that is August 26th. And I think I have one from the 27th because I don't know if that's a UK published one or not. So we have like a lot of quality books. It's not like a ton of books, but there are a lot of quality ones. So How Bad Things Can Get from Darcy Coates. I am hit or miss with Darcy Coates currently. I used to be pretty much all hits. It was supposed to be a party of the century, miles of idyllic white sand beaches, lush jungle foliage, and a dark legend nobody dreamed might be too true. But an online influencer, see, this is when I'm cool with influencers. It's influencers in horror and thriller stuff, just, it's really fun. It's the same with movies. An online influencer and several hundred of his most loyal fans land on Prosperity Island. The plan is simple: 5 days of elaborate games, drinking, and suntanned fun. A week in paradise should have been a welcome respite. The only survivor of an infamous cult, Ruth wants nothing more than to keep her head down and not draw attention. She spent decades outrunning her blood-soaked childhood, and her identity is a closely held secret. But then the true history of the island is revealed, along with its sinister connection to Ruth's past. As guests go missing and games turn deadly, Ruth and the rest of the attendees are forced to question whether they've really been invited to paradise, or whether something much darker and far bloodier is waiting for them beyond the bonfire's light. I think this sounds really, really good, so I am going to give this one a shot. Again, it's probably going to be a library pickup just in case, because like I said, I haven't been like on the best terms with Darcy Coates lately, but Amy is a big fan of Darcy Coates, and she wanted me to add this in here, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot about this one. So another thank you to Amy for getting this one. I think she's got one more on this list. Forget Me Not, Stacey Willingham. This will 100% be a, actually I have the e-arc of this, so it doesn't even need to be a library pickup. I am chasing the feeling of the first book that I read of Stacey Willingham's. Flicker in the Dark. I love to Flicker in the Dark, and I think I've read 1 or 2 since that I have not liked. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. But I'm nervous, but I do like that this is a new Southern thriller. We have an older sister disappeared 22 years ago, so I love cold case type situations. So this one potentially, I'm hoping, feels more like a Flicker in the Dark. I'm not saying the name of this one. I don't know how to say it. I'm not saying the name of this one. But this is the brand new release by R.F. Kuang. I am getting it in a box, and we're gonna be trying it. I one of these days I will find an R.F. Kuang that I like. I don't know if this one's it, because already I haven't seen the best reviews for this one compared to how everyone felt about her release, the last release. Again, I'm not saying the name of that one either. She picks titles that are impossible to say, except for actually just the past 2. Just the past 2. Because Yellowface, that one's easy to say. Poppy War, that's easy to say. It's just the last 2. And I won't say them because people make fun of me for how I say them. And I've looked up how to say them, and everyone says it differently. So I don't know. But anyway, this sounds so good. But again, her writing normally just like stumps me. And it's just something about the way she writes and does her characters that I am not the biggest fan of. So we're going to try it, but I'm not sure about this one. 2 graduate students must set aside their rivalry and journey to hell to save their professor's soul, perhaps at the cost of their own. Next, we have The Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. I thought this just sounded fun. Heartstopper meets Buffy in this queer paranormal rom-com where a college sophomore must survive becoming a vampire and the cute boy who discovers his secret. It just sounds cute. I feel like we need a break after all this more serious books coming out. And this is the very last book. This one is coming out supposedly August 27th, and this is from Amy, and this is called Liminal Monsters. If something says liminal in the title, I'm gonna want to read it. In the center of the forest sits a house of leaves and ash. Inside the house, his heart and lies. It just sounds weird. Inside the house called Sempiternity, there is a lake at the center of which an island sits. Upon the island, a spire of stone, surrounding the spire an orchard of dreams. Beneath an apple tree sits faceless self who writes of sorry things. What an awful place, what a cruelty it is, being birthed of pain. And when a dog that should not be wanders into sempiternity, that's so hard to say, through a door that should not be, self learns a terrible truth. Sempiternity is no longer safe, no longer theirs. Fictional failures come in search of proper ends, in search of slaughter quelled by self's prosaic hand. In search of lies. Thus self departs sempiternity for the forest of dark, for at its center is the ruined town of Own, the place where the nightmare began. What? Like, what? Amy, what did you send me? Like, it's definitely very liminal feeling, so I don't know. This, again, I think Amy, this is one that she's gonna have to read for me, and then she can tell me what she thinks of it. But that is all that I have for August. Like I said, it was kind of a short, like, there's a lot of stuff coming out that I want. It's just not bulk-wise. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to miss any future content. I do this every single month. Definitely let me know down below if I missed any. Let's see. What can we leave for emojis this time? What did we talk about? Let's leave. What am I most excited about? Is there a UFO GIF or emoji? Why did I say GIF? Is there a UFO gift? If there's a UFO or alien, leave that one because I'm really excited about Love at First Sighting. So if you have nothing else to say, leave an alien, something alien related, or an emoji from the book that you're most excited about. Definitely let me know what you are most excited about if you found anything new from this list. And if I missed anything, always let me know if I missed something because I'm always looking for more books, obviously. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys in the next one.